enforcement officials are fighting an international crime said to be worth $150 billion in illegal profits.
It's a high-volume, low-cost business. We're told the highest they charge is $35 for that 15 minutes of time. And oftentimes the trafficker will count out the condoms that he gives the girl at night and then count when she comes back how many are left. And they do expect them to see 20 and 30 men a night.
Susan Kopich is the U.S. State Department's new ambassador to combat human trafficking. A former federal prosecutor, Kopich has seen a troubling trend. Many of the victims and the traffickers who abuse them have a tie to a single place. A small village in central Mexico that has become known as the sex trafficking capital of the world.
Well, we've been told by the traffickers themselves and by the young girls that this town raises pimps, that that's what they've done for generations.
But who are these cold-hearted criminals? In 2011, Kopich helped convict Amador Cortez Mesa. 4 of his victims were juveniles. The youngest was 14.
And he took a broomstick and he beat her. And he beat her so much that the broomstick broke. And then after that, when the broomstick broke, he went and got one of those thicker rods out of a closet and started beating her with that.
We traveled to the village of Tenancingo in the Tlaxcala region of Mexico. Locals tell us many organized crime families call Tenancingo and several other towns around it home. Their main business widely known to be the selling of girls and young women in the sex market. In the town center, an older woman selling fruit whispered a dire warning.
Lo que pasa es que luego se juntan los muchachos. O sea, no dejan que graben. Le digo por su seguridad.
¿Qué nos harían?
¿Qué le puedo decir mejor? Ahí usted sabe.
Pero sí cree que estamos en peligro.
Pues sí.
Ahí es la central.
Tenancingo, Tlaxcala, is the hub. This is where everything happens.
Mario Hidalgo Garfias was once a human trafficker.
Llegué a violar a alguna de las chicas que trabajaban para mí.
I got to the point of raping some of the girls that used to work for me. I used to beat them up, and not just with my fists. I used baseball bats to beat them up so they would work for me.
Golpeando a muchachas para obligarlas a trabajar.
He spent more than a decade in a Mexican prison for his crimes.
A alguna de ellas le quité.
I took their children away, so they were forced to work for me. I could tell you 10,000 more things like that.
Mario says he would pimp several girls at the same time. Rehabbed, he says he agreed to talk to CNN despite the danger because he wants to see an end to the practice of exploiting women and children by kidnapping, drugging, and forcing them to have sex with dozens of men each day.
There's been reports over the last few years that there are girls as young as 9 years old that are trafficked in and around Tenancingo.
There are things beyond your imagination, much more than what you can fathom. People only get to see about 3% of reality.
Making it absolutely critical, these human trafficking operations are broken up before they reach the next child's front door. Rafael Romo, CNN, Tlaxcala State, Mexico.